definitely looking forward to. I'm gonna go see Oppenheimer again because just that IMAX experience. Ugh, just so good. Theater shaking, literally. I was in a screening right next to the IMAX theater when I saw Barbie, and there were a couple times that you could feel, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I know part of the movie's
Your
going
brother
on."
called that out in the house. Shout out to Scott. He was on the podcast before, but he like told me, he's like, yeah, we could like feel the motion of the other movie.
You could definitely. And there's a meme that I showed him afterwards.
Is
that
the Spider-Man one?
No, it wasn't the Spider-Man one. Have either of you guys seen Asteroid City yet?
Yeah.
So it's like that moment where they're in the diner and it shakes, and Jason Schwartzman's like, "What's that?" And he's like, "Another atom bomb test." And it's like people in Barbie when they next to an Oppenheimer theater, and that was literally what happened to me. What's that? Another atom bomb test. Oh, it's so funny.
So you would go see Oppenheimer again? You did love
I'm
it.
going to go see Oppenheimer
Okay,
again.
you are going
because the movie's really good. You know, I'm a Christopher Nolan stan all the way crazy, but the IMAX experience of a movie like that is just something that I'm gonna go see it. I have the chance to go see it, and I'm still already sad that there's gonna be a point in my life where that's just not gonna be like available. I mean, who knows? Crazy technology. Maybe one day I'll have those meta glasses and it'll be like I'm in the theater or something like that with the crazy sound system.
They would have to figure out how to, because when the sound is like that, it's impactful. You feel it against you, and you can't get that with headphones.
Exactly. So, so you know, unless you know technology does its thing and stuff, blah blah blah, and you know if we make it there, but
Get there. if it's good,
if it's good, but just thinking about not being able to experience this movie in IMAX again like makes me sad because I'll watch it at home, but this IMAX experience is just different. It's so good, filmed for IMAX, made for IMAX. I'm gonna talk about a lot of different things that I think this should be nominated for Oscars wise. Sound design is right near the top of that list. The sound design of this movie was mind-blowing and incredible and impactful. It changes because a lot of times people talk about sound editing and mixing and they talk about, oh yeah, it keeps the flow of the movie going, and if you don't notice it or just like stuff like that, like it means that it's doing what it's mean. It's just pushing your emotions. You notice the sound so much in this movie in huge, impactful, and incredible ways that I can't talk about, not to ruin Casey's experience. You know what I'm talking about. If you've watched Oppenheimer, you know what I'm talking about. It's so good.
Yeah. Did you have any issue with understanding some of the dialogue, though, in classic Christopher Nolan fashion?
Parts of it, yeah.
More
towards like the beginning, not exposition, because he does an okay amount. He found a good amount of exposition this time, right? Because people talked about Inception having too much exposition. And then he did Tenet, and he's like, see what happens when I don't do enough exposition. Y'all don't know what's freaking going on. There was a good amount of exposition, but a lot of exposition, people talking to each other. There were sometimes I was like, I would love to.
Yeah, there was
the captions
times.
on.
I was okay, not too annoyed with it until the very end, the last line that he has with Einstein.
Oh, really?
I missed completely what he said. I didn't understand it, which I had to Google when I got home. I was just like,
well, that sucks.
What happened?
That's like,
that's
a huge moment.
Yeah, it was kind of a bummer. So I was wondering if it was just me or if this is
because I got that line, but there were definitely times in the movie.
That's literally my only nitpick for the movie, though. I loved Oppenheimer. I thought it was so good. It's a 2.5 hour movie. I've been complaining about movies being 3 hours. I've been complaining about movies being too long, but I didn't feel like this one was long at all.
Here's the thing. My nitpick of the movie, the reason that this movie was 4.5 and not 5 stars for me was the length, actually. And it's not because I don't think that Christopher Nolan could do a 3 hour movie. I think he could do a 3 hour movie. It's that last 30, 45 minutes or so, because there's like without getting too spoiler, like the kind of the Strauss stuff in that area is just, it's too long, and I feel like there's just too much space between certain events. So in non-spoiler fashion, I'll just say, like, because obviously the big boom happens, right? And then that one scene that happens after, right? Like the auditorium thing, that was huge and amazing. And then from there until like the very last scene, it was like, I understood the Strauss stuff was going on, whether blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But like just that was like it was too long of like because there's a lot of other stuff going on, so I don't know if the bomb and everything would be the climax, but it kind of is, in that classic, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? It was just too long of a
epilogue.
Epilogue, just getting falling action.
When the pinnacle of the movie happens, like it shouldn't be that long afterwards.
I'm not asking for the fastest wrap up or anything, and I understood why they could to make some of those last scenes so impactful. And I did love Robert Downey Jr. Incredible. Yeah. One of the people who I think should get a supporting actor nom.
Yeah.
For this movie, but
I thought he was fantastic in the movie.
I just some of that final sequences, I was like, okay, this is kind of pushing it.
I get it
as far as it goes for me. So there's so much more thoughts? I wish I could talk about. Okay, I'll just say really quick.
Would you like me to step out? I'm dead fine with stepping out for that one.
Because I think we're about it. Like, I'll text Vince tomorrow. We'll message on Slack about some of the stuff I loved about Oppenheimer. Here's some things that I would love Oppenheimer to be nominated for, and a lot of these things are. I think people are saying, 100%, like, gonna happen, and some of them not as much. Okay, Cillian Murphy, Best Actor. I want him to win Best Actor.
Has he won before?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He was incredible. He was so good. Christopher Nolan, Best Director. Oppenheimer, Best Feature Film. Obviously, cool.
Wow.
Best adapted screenplay, probably. I don't know if this would be adapted or original.
Based on a book, so
it's based on a book. There you go. Best adapted screenplay, I also think would be perfect for this. Robert Downey Jr., Best Supporting Actor. Emily Blunt, Best Supporting Actress. I thought that she was incredible. This role, her character was not what I was expecting it to be, and I thought that she just nailed it. Like, I love Florence Pugh, and she did great in the movie, and she was good. I thought Emily Blunt was stellar. I thought she was so good in this, and I would love to see her sneak into a supporting actress nom. This is one that I haven't seen as much people talk about, is Emily Blunt's performance, but I thought that she was so good. Sound design, sound mixing, score, Ludwig Göransson killing it. Sorry, Hans Zimmer, you have been replaced by this guy who used to do the music for freaking Community. Like, holy cow.
Wow.
He is so good. He's already an Academy Award winning composer.
He's a Swedish composer. And this guy, look at this guy, though. Have you seen what he looks like?
Yes. He's the one, I'm pretty sure.
Do you remember the Love Guru film
I think he did Mando,
Mike Myers?
He did Mando.
He looks like the Love Guru.
He won an Academy Award for Black Panther.
That's right. That's what he did.
He did a score for Black Panther. So there's so many things that I want this movie to get nominated for. It'll probably get nominated for a ton. Also probably miss some of the ones that I want. Just this movie is incredible all around, and when this comes out, you'll probably still have a chance, even if not right by you, somewhere close, to be able to see Oppenheimer in IMAX. Even if you can't see in IMAX, just in a regular movie theater. This is a great movie theater experience. This is a great movie. One of the best that I've seen. Definitely one of the best movie theater experiences that I've had in a while. Just feeling the movie. Lack of CGI in the movie. Some of the stuff that I've read and videos that I've watched is crazy. They have all of these little sequences that show they're trying to simulate like chemistry, molecular level type of things happening, crackling, and these lights just flying across the screen. And what they've shown is incredible because, like you said, like non-CGI type stuff. So what are they doing? They put like this fluorescent lighting and stuff on these ping pong balls, and they're flinging them across screens in ways that you could never, ever, ever tell that that's what it is. But it's looking like all of these little things, and just they cut into these sequences and stuff like that. And it's so cool. And the lack of CGI and the increasing number of practical effects that Christopher Nolan does is amazing. I could talk a million years about Oppenheimer. Is there anything else that we wanted to say, or anything you wanted to say about?
I think that sums it up pretty well. Like, I don't think I feel the same way. I don't think I've had an IMAX experience like that since like Dune, probably, where it's just like you can
Did you get the Dune
everything.
trailer before?
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.